I'm very glad to be here with you. I thought a lot how to start my speech today and on which topic to speak with you. And you know, the life in Israel is like a roller coaster. You are upstairs and then you're downstairs and then you're upstairs again. And after the wonderful song of Hallelujah that we all prayed now, I was thinking to change my topics, but I will not, to show you also this roller coaster that we are living in. Yesterday, I had a dinner with some very interesting people in Tel Aviv. One of them is a woman called Michal Shapira. Some of you heard about her? Maybe spontaneously you can find on Google a picture of Aner Shapira. Aner Shapira. Michal Shapira had 6 kids, 6 children. One of her son called Aner Shapira. Some of you heard about him? Aner Shapira is one of the biggest heroes in Israel that saved more than 20 lives in October 7. He was in the Nova Party. 6:35, he got a phone call of his commander, and he was a soldier, and he asked him to come immediately to the army. So he left everything. He went to his bases, to his commander, and on the way they met a group of terrorists. So he found a bunker. He found a bunker, and in the bunker there were 25 people that were hiding from the group of the terrorists. And there is a video, you can search after this in Google. There is a video that you see the terrorist throwing inside the bunker granite apple, 9 granite apple. And Aner Shapira takes everyone and threw it out. And that's the way he saved more than 20 people in their life. After the 9 granite apple, he was killed. And few of those people were kidnapped to Gaza. One of his best friends, Hirsch Goldberg, was kidnapped to Gaza, and he died on the 31st of August in the tunnel from the terrorists of the Hamas. It's Aner. I didn't know him personally, but yesterday his mother told us about him. He was, first of all, they are a wonderful family. He was a musician. He was a painter. He was really so successful. And sometimes you don't know a person, but you feel like you was as his best friend. And I promised his mother, Shira, that I met yesterday, to tell the story of Aner every time that I will speak with people, that he will be in our hearts and head, because with people like Aner, we can sit here safely in this room and to live in Israel. The second story that I heard, total different, is from a Jew from Canada. He's like 60 years old. He used to come to Israel every summer for a summer vacation. Last summer, he came to Israel before the October 7, and he sat in the booth in the front lines, and he heard in the back lines a discussion between a soldier with a weapon and an old man. And they were yelling about each other, and he didn't understand what they're saying, so he stood up and get to them. And then he understood that they're really yelling about each other because the old man that was sitting down wanted to stand up to give the soldier a place to sit down. And the soldier said, no, in Hebrew you said, ma pitom, no, you are older, I respect you, you can sit. And the old man said, no, you had a very hard week in the army, I stand up, if you want to sit, sit, if not, it's a free sit now. So he stand up, and the soldier sat down, and the Canadian told me, and then the old man stood up, and his hand was like this, and he saw a tattoo on his arm. A tattoo, you know. And in that moment, the Canadian told me, I knew I want to make Aliyah. I want to make Aliyah because such a wonderful people I can find only in Israel that they discuss about who is sitting, about the history, everything. It was like 1 second that combines all the history and the now situation in Israel. So since 1 year, he's living in Israel, very happy. And that's the two story that I had the feeling that I must share with you from yesterday. A very short about myself. I was born in Switzerland to a Jew-Swiss father and an Israeli mother. We made Aliyah as I was 9 years old. I don't have a strong remember of my childhood in Switzerland, but I have one very strong. I was 5 years old, and it was Pesach. You know the Afikoman? There is the Afikoman, and the children is looking for the matzah, and the one that is finding first can wish a present. So I was the lucky one, and I found the Afikoman the first, and there was my grandparent, my grandmother, and my parents asked me, "Okay, Rafi, what do you want? Which present do you want from us?" And they thought I will ask for a big car, for a toy, for something. And I was 6 years old, and I told them, "I want to make Aliyah. That's my present." So. So it took 3 years, and after this, we really made Aliyah, and all the family, and yeah. I was in the army, of course, like every Israeli, as a Panzer commander, and then I studied law. I used to work as a lawyer 3 years, and then in the Knesset. A part of the time also with Yitzhak Herzog, now is the president of the state of Israel. In that days, he was the opposition leader in the Knesset, in the parliament. And it was a very meaningful time for me. I did it 3 years. And then I found the opportunity to start to work with Keren Hayesod as a delegate in Germany and in Austria. And I did it for the last 6 years. So I lived in Germany for the last 6 years with my family. Our first son was born in Berlin. His name is Roth, R-O-T-H. It's not a very familiar name, also not in Germany and not in Israel, but actually it's on the remember of the Rothschild family that supported Israel. Almost everything that you can see here was donated and support for the Rothschild family. And our son is on the name for the member of this family. And if you ask me what's the most touchable moment in those 6 years in Germany, there were a lot of touchable moments in Germany, really. But I think the most one was the Brit Milah that we did for our son in a synagogue in Berlin with the rabbi, with the Ehrenberg. I don't know if you know, but it's the rabbi of Berlin. And it was, Brit Milah is not an easy stuff, okay? You see your son, 8 days old, and he's crying, but this moment in the synagogue, that during the war was as a headquarter of the Nazis, that we are now celebrating Brit Milah of our son, and as a grandson for a Holocaust survivors, it was such a strong moment. I will really never forget this moment. In my time in Germany, as I said, there was a lot of touchable moments. I was very privileged to meet a lot of very, very good people. I can tell you one of the first phone calls that I got after October 7 in the morning was from our friend that unfortunately is not here, but from Winfried. He was one of the first, Winfried is Ebenezer Berlin, if some of you don't know him, but one of the first calls that I got was from him. And it shows how strong our friendship is and how strong the connection is. In Keren Hayesod in Germany, I will not speak up a lot about Keren Hayesod, but just for the one that don't know us, we are actually the biggest fundraising organization for social projects in Israel. We support Holocaust survivors, Aliyah projects, youth village, a lot of different social projects in Israel. And as Johannes told you, I did it 6 years. We usually, Keren Asod is working with the Jewish community. But in the last 20, 25 years, especially in Germany, we work a lot with non-Jewish, with Friends of Israel. The connection is really, really strong. We see it not just with financial support, but with events that we organize together, with delegation that we organize together. So it was also for me a privilege because as an Israeli that lives in Israel, you are not always aware. You're aware a lot about the bad news that you heard about the anti-Semitism in the world, but you don't always hear about the good news, about the good people that are really connected to Israel, like you. And as we knew that we come to Israel, you know, everyone told me, now you're coming back in those times. Even my mother, that, you know, every mother wants that her child will be near to her, told me, Rafi, are you sure that's now the right time to come back to Israel? And we were really afraid, and we thought about it. I can't say it was a very simple decision, mainly because of our child. There are some things that you don't want that your child will ask you when he's 4 years old, about enemies, about Iron Dome. It's not a usual word that a child will ask you when he hears an ambulance, if it's an ambulance or it's a Ryan, if he needs to run to the mamad, to the bunker now or not. I mean, so we thought about it a lot, and I can't mention you the reasons, but in German you say Bauchgefühl, in our stomach, exactly, something was connected, and something, we had like a voice that told us that's the right time to go back to Israel. And really, when I speak with my friends or with my family, they ask, yeah, but mention me why, reasons. You know, everyone wants to hear reasons about your decision. But I didn't have. And if you ask me if I regret, definitely not. Definitely not. We are feeling here very, very good. Like, we are living here now for 2 months after 6 years. We must say, we left Israel in 2018. We came back now. It's a total different country. Not just because of the October 7. Or also the year before was a very, very bad year for Israel because of the justice regulation. It was before October 7, it was already one of the worst years in Israel because of the fighting inside Israel between right and left. And sometimes from outside, it looks much better than when you are here. I mean, from outside, every Syrian, every rocket, I have an SMS from my friends in Germany or in Austria that asking, you are okay, you are okay? And for me, it's like regular already. There is a Syrian, you go to the bunker, and after 10 minutes, you're going out. I mean, it's not such a big issue anymore. Your support in Israel, it's so important, especially in those days, that we see what happened in Amsterdam. In Berlin, I don't know if you heard, but the police in Berlin told the Jewish community that it's better not to go in some neighborhood anymore. And it's really crazy. And in Greece, there was a lot of anti-Semitism. Yeah, cases. And in France, of course, there was a big soccer game, Israel against France, and the Israel government told the supporter it's better not to go to France. So it's really a crazy world nowadays. And that day, it's so important to see for us as an Israeli or as a Jew that lived in Germany. It's such important to see your support in Israel every time. And I must admit, I know it's very difficult to find flights to Israel and outside from Israel. So I really admire you that you find flights to come to Israel in those days. And I don't want to say what I think about El Al with their prices because I'm recording now, but our deep connection, it's something that I feel that must be much more known in Israel. As I said, in the news you see always the bad news. But I'm sure that the most of the people here, even here, they don't know even that there is such a big, nice group from all over the world that comes to Israel and support us. Just one more thing, I just forgot it. Okay, I want to say, sorry, okay. Your unwavering support, whether through donations, advocacy, or simply sharing Israel's story, strengthens our nation and its people. You ensure that Israel remains a beacon of hope, innovation, and resilience. On behalf of Keren Hasson and the people of Israel and the Jewish community around the world, I really, really thank you. It's our mission to remind the world of Israel's beauty, resilience, and humanity. Together, we ensure that our shared vision of a strong, vibrant Israel becomes an enduring reality. Thank you for standing with Israel today and always. And now I remembered also what I wanted to say. I brought you a little present, and now I saw that, it's not a very chic bag, sorry, but if you see here, there is Reve. I'm sure that all European people know Reve. And then I thought to myself, here in Israel, I can go very freely with that bag, right? I mean, there's no danger. Why in Europe we need to, every time that we go outside from our home, we need to consider, okay, the people that wearing kippah, okay, would I going with kippah out or not? I have a Magen David necker, so can I leave it or should I? You have a lot of consideration that you need to take before you're going outside, and really why? I mean, we spoke in the beginning about Aner Shapira, the soldier, and really October 7 was one of our dramatically day and period since 1 year. And sometimes I have the feeling that in the world, they're a little bit confused because if I hear the news in Europe, you have the feeling that Israel wants this war, that Israel wants to fight. No, we don't. We lost our best people, men and women, in that war. We don't want to fight. We want to bring our hostages back, 101 people that's still there. We want that the people from the north and the south can back to their home. I mean, they're more than 1 year living in an hotel room with 3 or 4 children in a small room. Imagine your room that you're staying now with your family. I mean, we all love our families and children, but, it's not very easy. So that's our target. And if I hear the news in Europe or in the world, I think you can understand that Israel wants this war. No, we didn't begin. We are not want to war. We don't want to fight. We just want to live here in peace. For all over the world, it doesn't mean if it's north, south, or Nachal Arugot, where the Jeremy is coming from. And that's, in my opinion, that's the strongest statement that we need, all of us, to bring to the people that are not like you, pro-Israel always, but for the people that are like sometimes here, sometimes here. We have one mission, to live here in Israel, in our nation, in peace. And we will do everything forgetting that. I'm not happy to see the bad pictures from Gaza or from Lebanon. I'm really not happy. But we, on the other hand, we don't have choice. We are fighting on our land for our people, and we don't want to lose any more life for our people. It doesn't worth it. I mean, this Aner, really, the mother yesterday, she spoke, and I imagined all the stuff that he lost in his life. He was he was 21 years old guy. So I really, really want to thank you. Really, no, it's not just because I need to say thank you. I really mean thank you that you came to Israel in those days. I think you are one of the biggest tourist group now since October 7. Really, I didn't. The delegation that we are bringing from Canada, from all over the world, I don't know, it's 15, 20, 25. So in Hebrew you say kol hakavod, really, kol hakavod. And thank you very much for everything you are doing. I have Johannes, a small present. It's from Sam Grunberg, our chairman, world chairman, and Edna, our CEO, and Danny Kaplan. You want to read?
Yeah. This certificate is awarded to Ebenezer Emergency Fund International with deep appreciation. We recognize your exceptional contribution to the well-being and resilience of the Jewish people. May our bond continue to be a source of strength and blessing for years to come. Sam Grunberg, Edna Weinstock-Gabay, Danny Kaplan. Thank you very much.